Hello and welcome to the English Practice Podcast. My name is Anna, and I'm really happy you are here with us today. I want to start with a very simple question that many people feel shy to answer. When someone asks you, "Can you tell me about yourself in English?" How do you feel? Do you feel calm or do you feel nervous inside? Many beginners know words, but when it's time to talk about themselves, their mind goes empty, and that feeling can be very frustrating.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jake, and I'm very glad you're listening today. I think this topic is very important because talking about yourself is usually the first real conversation you have in English. You meet someone new, you start class, or you join a meeting, and the first question is always about you. For many beginners, this moment feels scary, and they think, what do I say? Or what if I make a mistake? I remember feeling like that too, and it's not easy.
Yes, that fear is very common. And that's why this episode exists. Today, we want to show you that talking about yourself in English does not need to be difficult or stressful. It can be simple, calm, and even comfortable. This podcast is a safe place to listen, learn, and feel confident little by little.
And this is also about starting a new routine in the new year. Many people want to learn English again or restart after a long break. A new year feels like a new chance. But instead of big promises, we want to focus on small steps. Learning how to talk about yourself is one of the best first steps you can take.
When you can introduce yourself in English, something changes inside you. You feel more real. You feel more confident. You stop thinking only about grammar and you start thinking about communication. This is very important for beginners because English is not just a subject. It is a way to connect with people.
In this episode, we will speak slowly and use simple English. You don't need to repeat out loud right now, and you don't need to understand every word. Just listening is enough. Your ears are learning, and your mind is getting used to English in a calm way.
If you ever felt embarrassed, shy, or afraid to talk about yourself in English, you are not alone. Many people feel the same. And today we want to walk with you step by step and show you that simple English is powerful English.
Stay with us and keep listening. This conversation may help you feel more relaxed and more confident about introducing yourself in English, starting today. When beginners think about talking about themselves in English, they often feel pressure to say everything perfectly. They want to talk about their job, their life, their hobbies, and their dreams all at the same time. This pressure makes the mind feel blocked. A calmer way is to start very small. One sentence is enough. Saying your name, where you are from, or what you do already means you are communicating, and communication is the goal.
Yes, and I think many people forget that even native speakers speak simply when they meet someone new. You don't need long sentences. You don't need difficult words. Simple English is real English. When you accept this, fear starts to go away. You stop trying to impress and you start trying to connect. That change feels very emotional for many learners.
I remember the first time I introduced myself in another language. My voice was low, my hands were shaking, and I felt very aware of my mistakes. But the person listened, smiled, and understood me. That moment showed me something important. People don't listen to judge. They listen to understand. This idea helps beginners feel more relaxed when speaking English.
And for the people listening right now, we really want to know you. If you feel comfortable, please write a comment and tell us where you are listening from. You can say your country or your city. Seeing people from different places learning English together makes this podcast feel warm and alive.
Yes, and if this conversation feels helpful or comforting, please subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe, you don't miss new episodes, and you help us continue creating simple and calm English conversations for beginners. This support means a lot to us.
Coming back to introductions, it's important to remember that mistakes are part of speaking. When you make a mistake and continue speaking, you are doing something brave. Every small attempt builds confidence. Little by little, speaking about yourself feels more natural and less scary.
And when you practice introductions, you are also practicing listening. You hear how sentences sound, how words connect, and how English flows. This listening helps your speaking later. Everything works together in a gentle way.
This is why starting with simple introductions is such a good idea. It gives you a clear place to begin and helps you feel progress quickly.
As you listen, imagine yourself in a real situation. Someone smiles and asks you about yourself. You take a breath and you speak calmly. That moment is possible, and it starts with simple practice like this.
When people start listening to English regularly, something interesting happens. At first, everything sounds difficult and fast. But after some time, words start to feel familiar. You may not understand everything, but you understand more than before. This moment is very important because it shows you that learning is happening, even when you feel unsure. Many listeners tell us they feel calmer after listening to conversations like this, and that feeling means progress.
Yes, progress is often quiet. It does not arrive with a big celebration. It arrives when you notice small changes. You feel less nervous. You feel more comfortable hearing English. You feel more confident saying simple sentences about yourself. These small changes are powerful because they change how you see yourself as an English learner.
And this is something we really want to talk about with you. If the videos or podcast episodes from this channel have helped you learn English even a little, please write a comment and tell us about it. You can share how the channel helped your listening, your confidence, or your ability to talk about yourself in English. Reading these comments is very meaningful for us, and it also helps other beginners feel hope.
When learners share their experiences, it creates connection. You realize you are not alone. Many people feel the same fear, the same confusion, and the same happiness when they understand something new. This shared feeling makes learning lighter and more human.
Talking about yourself in English is not only about words. It is also about emotions. When you say your name, where you are from, or what you like, you are sharing a part of yourself. Feeling comfortable doing this takes time, and that is okay. Listening to real conversations helps you feel ready step by step.
I think one of the best things beginners can do is be patient with themselves. Learning a language is not fast, and it is not perfect. But when you continue, even slowly, your confidence grows. One day, you will notice that you can talk about yourself with less fear, and that moment feels very special.
This podcast exists to support you in these moments. We want you to feel safe, encouraged, and understood while you learn.
And every time you listen, you are taking another small step forward. When beginners try to talk about themselves, many of them feel lost because they don't know what order to follow. They think they need to say many things, and this creates confusion. A simple structure can help a lot. You can start with your name, then say where you are from, and then say one simple thing about your life. This order gives you security. When your mind knows what comes next, fear becomes smaller.
I really like the idea of structure because it gives calm to the speaker. You don't need creativity. You don't need special words. You only need a clear path. Saying my name is feels safe. Saying I am from feels familiar. Saying I like feels personal. These simple sentences help you feel present and connected when you speak.
Another important point is speaking slowly. Many beginners try to speak fast because they are nervous, but speaking slowly is not a problem. It helps people understand you better, and it helps you think clearly. When you speak slowly, you feel more in control. Your body relaxes, and your voice feels steadier.
And it is okay to pause. Silence is not your enemy. Taking a small pause helps your brain find the next word. Many learners think silence means failure, but silence is part of communication. Even native speakers pause. When you accept pauses, you feel less pressure and more confidence.
Practicing introductions at home can also help a lot. You can say your introduction out loud when you are alone. You can speak in front of a mirror or while walking. You don't need an audience. This practice makes your mouth and ears familiar with the words. Then, when you speak to someone, it feels less new and less scary.
I also think it's important to be kind to yourself when you practice. If you forget a word, it's okay. If you repeat a sentence, it's okay. Learning is not a performance. It is a process. When you allow yourself to learn without judgment, speaking becomes easier.
Over time, these simple habits change how you feel about English. You stop seeing introductions as a test. You start seeing them as a chance to share who you are. That change makes a big difference in confidence.
And that confidence does not come from perfect English. It comes from feeling calm and prepared. Simple structure, slow speech, and patience help you get there. When people practice talking about themselves, they often focus only on the words, but emotions are just as important. If you feel nervous, your words hide. If you feel calm, your words appear more easily. That is why practicing in a safe way matters so much. When you practice alone or while listening to calm conversations, your body learns that English is not dangerous. This feeling helps you speak with more ease over time.
I agree, and I think many beginners forget how brave they already are. Choosing to learn English is already a big step. Saying your name in another language is not small. It means you're opening yourself to the world. When learners see this as courage instead of weakness, their confidence grows naturally.
Another helpful idea is repeating simple introductions many times. Repetition is not boring. Repetition creates comfort. When you say the same sentence again and again, it starts to feel like yours. It becomes part of you. Then when someone asks about you, your answer comes more easily without panic.
Yes, and this repetition also helps your pronunciation. You don't need to sound perfect. You only need to sound clear. Clarity comes from familiarity. When your mouth knows the words, fear has less space.
I also like to remind beginners that mistakes are not a sign of failure. They are a sign of movement. When you make a mistake and continue speaking, you are doing exactly what learning looks like. Many people stop because they fear mistakes, but mistakes are part of every real conversation.
When learners accept this, something changes. English stops feeling like a test and starts feeling like a tool. You speak to share, not to impress. This mindset makes introductions feel human and warm, not stressful.
Over time, you may notice that talking about yourself feels less heavy. You feel more present. You listen more. You respond more naturally. These changes are quiet, but they are real.
And these small wins matter. They show you that your effort is working, even when progress feels slow. When beginners imagine real situations, like meeting someone new or starting a class, fear often appears again. They think about the moment, the eyes looking at them, and the question about themselves. But preparing simple introductions changes this feeling. When you know what to say first, your body feels calmer. You're not searching for words. You're using words you already know. This makes real situations feel possible, not scary.
I like to think about introductions as small doors. When you open one door, the conversation can continue naturally. Saying your name and where you are from is enough to start. You don't need to say everything at once. One sentence opens the door. Then you can listen, smile, and respond slowly. This rhythm helps beginners feel present and connected.
Another important point is listening to the other person. When you listen, you don't feel alone. Conversation becomes shared. You are not performing. You are exchanging simple information. This feeling removes pressure and helps your confidence grow.
And it's okay if you don't understand everything the other person says. You can nod, smile, or say a simple word like yes or okay. Communication is more than perfect understanding. It is about showing interest and being there.
Practicing introductions helps you feel ready for these moments. Ready does not mean perfect. Ready means calm enough to try, and trying is already success.
Many learners wait for the perfect moment to speak. But the perfect moment does not exist. What exists is a moment when you feel a little more comfortable than before. That is when you speak.
Over time, these moments become more frequent. Fear becomes smaller. Comfort becomes bigger. And speaking about yourself feels more natural and more human.
As we come to the end of this conversation, I want you to remember something very important. Learning how to talk about yourself in English is not about saying perfect sentences. It is about feeling comfortable enough to share who you are. When you say your name, where you are from, or one simple thing about your life, you are already communicating. That is real English.
I feel the same. Many beginners think they need more words or more grammar before they speak. But what they really need is trust. Trust in simple English. Trust in small steps. Trust in themselves. When you allow yourself to speak simply, fear slowly loses its strength.
If you think about your journey, you may see that you are already different from before. You listen more. You understand more. You feel a little less nervous. These changes matter. They show that learning is happening even when it feels slow.
Talking about yourself is often the first real bridge to conversation. When you cross that bridge, even in a small way, you feel proud. That feeling stays with you and helps you continue.
This podcast is here to walk with you. You don't need to rush. You don't need to compare yourself to others. Your pace is right for you.
Keep listening. Keep practicing simple introductions. Keep being kind to yourself when you speak.
Thank you for spending this time with us on the English Practice Podcast.
We're happy you're here, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Take care and enjoy your English practice.